Fun quote: flashlight batteries always die out just when you need light. Flashlights, lighters, and matches don't just illuminate the surrounding area, they illuminate you too. Hi everyone, in today's video I'm finally getting around to talking about the Streamlight Microstream. Now this little flashlight has been in my EDC for a long time, almost 4 months, and I really just haven't been able to make the time to do the review. But since I thought I've had enough time and enough use on this little guy, it's time to do the review and talk about why I like this little flashlight so much and why I've used it for so long. So first off, I think it's appropriate to talk about the intended uses of this and how I've used it in my EDC, and then we can get into some specifications and then talk about the flashlight in more detail. So I initially purchased this after my good friend Jimbo brought this to our range day, and I was able to take a close look at this. And after looking at it, I really decided that I needed to start carrying a flashlight on a daily basis. I have used flashlights in the past, and I've gotten some, but for the most part they either stayed in my car or stayed in my room, and I didn't carry them on my person. And I did notice that in my job I needed it more and more, and having a little flashlight on my person would just come in handy a lot. And so I purchased this little guy and started carrying it, and I was extremely surprised of how often I used this and how often it came in handy. So ever since then I've always carried an EDC flashlight on my person. This was my primary EDC flashlight for about 3 months, until a month ago when I found another one that I replaced this with. Now I still do carry this on me, however this is in my EDC bag and not directly on my person. And so this is functioning as a backup EDC flashlight. Although this is still a great flashlight for the money, and I would strongly suggest it to anyone who's looking for a little tiny lightweight flashlight for EDC use. Alright, so let's talk about some specifications, and then we can talk about the flashlight more in detail. Alright, so first off, the overall length on this guy comes in at 3.5 inches long. It's a very small flashlight, as you can see, compared to my hand here. Alright, the weight comes in at 1.04 ounces with the battery. The battery that's being used in here is a single AAA. Alright, so the battery and the entire body construction only weighs just over an ounce. And that's extremely light. You're not going to even be able to tell that it's on your person. So having it clipped to the side of your pocket is just a good idea. Alright, so the little Streamlight Microstream here is using a 1/2 watt, 30,000 hour high flux LED. Right, putting out 20 lumens for 1.5 hours. Right, so it's a pretty bright little light. Now the big brother to this guy is using 2 AA's, which is providing 24 lumens for 7.5 hours, although you are getting a larger size flashlight and a little bit heavier overall package. I opted for the smaller version, just because you're not losing too many lumens, but the downside is how long the battery is going to last. Since I do carry a spare set of batteries in my EDC pack, I'm not so concerned with runtime as I am lumen output. Alright, the overall construction is made from an anodized aircraft aluminum. Alright, that's the entire body here, and it also has a polymer body lining to help with shock resistance. Alright, this is waterproof for IPX4 standards, and is O-ring sealed. Alright. To access the battery compartment, you simply rotate the top portion, and that will unscrew in order to access the battery. Alright, so overall it's just a great little flashlight. The anodized coating here is up to mil-spec standards. Alright, it's using this, what they call as an unbreakable pocket clip, which really fastens it very nice and tightly to your pocket clip, although I have found at times that it is somewhat difficult to get the lip of your pocket underneath there without manually doing it with your finger or your thumb. It's not as easy as just slipping it right into your pocket. Alright, you can see there is a slight row of jimping here or texturing that allows you to get a good grip on the flashlight. Whichever grip you want to use, alright, it allows you to hold the flashlight nice and securely. Alright, it does have a rubberized clicky cap at the end here. Alright, you can click it and it'll turn on, and one more click and it turns off. You can also hold the clicky without actually clicking it all the way down for a momentary on if you want to. So it's a very small package, very lightweight, just a great all-around EDC flashlight, especially at the price point. You can find these around $20, and I think for that price, it's a great deal. All right. Again, 20 lumens for 1.5 hours, coming in at just over an ounce in weight. All right, very lightweight. All right, it's held up very well. The finish here looks like I pulled it right out of the package and haven't even used it. The anodizing on this little guy is extremely nice. Even though the pocket was very tight, whenever you spin this, it does scratch up the finish a little bit, although it just wipes right off. The anodizing on this guy is magnificent. It's really held up well. Alright, and again, rubberized clicky cap. So this is just a great little flashlight. Throw in your pocket or keep clipped onto the side of your pocket for everyday use. Alright, now for a quick size comparison with the Streamlight Microstream. I'm going to put this on the left here and compare it to a couple other little pin lights that I have. First off, it's going to be the 4.7's Preon 1. Right? You can see the size comparison here. It's just a tiny bit smaller in overall length, and it is a little bit thinner. Alright, these are both using AAA's. Alright, but you can see the size differences there. Alright, also the Phoenix EO1. Alright, you can see quite a bit of a size difference in length, and pretty much the same thickness. Alright, finally, the Streamlight Nanostream, just a fraction of the size of the Microstream here. Alright, and thickness there, quite a bit smaller. Alright, so I'll line all these guys up here. Now you've seen the size difference. There is quite a bit of output difference in lumens between these guys. The Microstream on the left here has a constant 20 lumen output. The Preon 1 has 3 different outputs depending on what you want, with the medium setting being 8.5, which is closest to the Microstream. Alright, the EO1 has 1 output, which is 10 lumens, and the Nanostream has 1 output, which is 10 lumens as well. So that's just a quick size and lumen output comparison. Hi everyone, this is going to be just a brief light demonstration to show you guys the differences between the different flashlights that I've shown in the size comparison. Now, we are looking in my house here, down the hallway. That's the front door. I'm using my 4.7's Quark Mini 123 just to illuminate the hallway here to show you how deep it goes. Alright, and this is the closest wall we're going to try it on, and we're going to try it all the way to the door. All the way to the door is about 15 yards, and we have about 3 yards to that first wall right there. Okay, so first off, I'm going to try the Streamlight Microstream, then the 4.7's Preon 1, then the Phoenix EO1, and finally the Streamlight Nanostream. Okay, so here we go, 20 lumens with the Streamlight Microstream. Alright, you can see it's a very solid beam all the way to the door. If you bring it closer, it makes it much brighter. Alright, fairly well lit. It definitely provides enough illumination to really go out relatively far and to see what you need to see. Alright, next is going to be the 4.7's Preon 1. Alright, on the second setting, this is 8.5 lumens, so you can see the difference between the two. Alright, this is less than half, and you can see the beam is not as tight. As it goes out farther, it kind of spreads out and dissipates, as well as it's much dimmer. Alright, thirdly is going to be the Phoenix EO1. This comes in at 10 lumens. You can see it's a little bit dimmer, even so, even though it's a couple lumens brighter than that 4.7. Alright, still allows you to see anything up close, but at farther distances, again, not quite as good. Alright, and finally, the Streamlight Nanostream. You can see this is more of a spotlight. You can't really see the peripheral portion of this, but it's illuminating more of things very close instead of going farther out. You can still see up close pretty well, but you can also see the color difference. This is more of a bluish tint to it, as you can see from that close wall, compared to the Microstream, which is more of a bright white color, as I'm showing you now. Alright, so that's just been a quick light comparison. Alright, so just now for a quick up close and personal look at the Streamlight Microstream flashlight. Alright, you can see the anodized aluminum body here, very nice, still in very, very good condition, even after significant use. Alright, you can see the 1/2 watt 3000 hour high flux LED in there. Alright, very, very nice overall construction. You have the pocket clip here. Now, what I was saying before is when you take this off, you see that slight scratch that you get as you twist the pocket clip. Alright, it does wipe off easily and does not leave a mark, but it's just something to note that the pocket clip is very tight and sometimes is necessary to use 2 hands to get it in and out of your pocket. Alright, you can see Streamlight Microstream stamped on the side there. And here is the little clicky cap. It does have some texturing, right, in order to get a good grip on it, and you just depress it and it'll turn the light on for you. Alright, very, very simple. You can see the jimping, I guess you could say, on the body of the flashlight. So that's just been a quick up close and personal look at the Streamlight Microstream. Alright, so final thoughts on the Streamlight Microstream. I've been extremely happy with this little guy, using it both as my primary EDC flashlight and as my backup, which it is currently being used for now. And I've had a lot of fun with this guy. It's come in handy so often. I really can't knock on this guy too much for the lumen output with the price point. Around $20, so it was at roughly $1 per lumen. And this guy really has performed extremely well, much more than I thought it was going to do. And I would strongly recommend this to anybody who's looking for an inexpensive, high quality, and well-made small EDC flashlight. So if you're in the market, definitely go look it up and check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.